we're going to be taking apart my heads. Finally. I finally got the tool. I got a Company23 valve spring compressor tool, and I've heard you can do it without it, and there's other tools, but I don't know. From my research, this one is like the best one to use, and it's very simple to use, and the quality of it's freaking awesome. And Company23 is great. They make a whole bunch of Subaru tools and makes life a lot easier. So we're going to be using that today and taking our heads apart and double checking everything, making sure everything's still good, no bent valves, any of that kind of stuff. Because the car's already apart, might as well. I'm going to send the heads out to get decked anyway, so might as well take everything apart. Alright, so what you're going to need is, like I said, well, you don't really need it, but the Company23 valve spring compressor tool. You're going to need, for that tool, a number 5 Allen head, and this is all part of the Company23 tool. You're going to want either a piece of cardboard or painter's tape and a Sharpie. Either way, you're going to want a Sharpie because you're going to want to label everything. So everything has to go back in the exact same spot that it came from. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to brake clean this out a little bit, get it a little cleaned up, and we'll go from there. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label the valve buckets. These are the valve buckets, for anybody wondering. So these have to be like, if it'll focus. Jeez, okay. Whatever, that won't focus. But these have to go back in the same spot that they came from, so everything has to be labeled. So I'm just going to go through and just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now I have those all labeled. I'm also going to take a picture just to, well, I'll have it in video, but just as reference for exactly which order they go. So I'm going to do that. And we will get those all out and moved to the side, and then we will be talking more about the Company23 valve compressor tool. Alright, so now that the valve buckets are off to the side, they're very easy to come out, they just pull right off. So to use the Company23 tool, you need 2 of your bolts that hold in the cams, and you basically, all you do is you bolt this right on top where you bolt the cam. And they say to torque these down to, I think it was like 6 pounds or something, like not a lot, just very, very little, just so there's no play. And yeah, so you torque that down, and then I'm gonna switch camera angle so you can see a little bit better of exactly what's going on here. Alright, so now, since you have the tool all bolted on top and torqued down, basically what you're gonna do is, I'm gonna actually move this and I'll do this side first so you guys can see better. Alright, so basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to drop this right in here. I'm going to go up a little bit so it sits in place. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to angle it so that window is open on this side so you can get to it. And you are going to want to line it up, and then you're just going to start pressing down and screwing this down with your Allen to compress that spring. Alright, so you basically just keep torquing it down until these pop out, and these are your little focus. The little retainer clips, and this little screwdriver that they give is a huge help because it just pops out, and then you stick this in just to get them out. That one's still a little stuck, so I might have to go a little bit more. So, yeah. And these just pop right out. So I'll get a close-up on exactly what it looks like so you can see what exactly is going on here. Alright, so that's where those little clips sit, is right there. If you can see on this one, you see those right here around the valve. You can see those, and those are here. They just pop right out with that tool, and you just grab them up with that screwdriver. And then now we will start decompressing that spring and being able to pull that spring out. That's done. We can start. Oh, that is squeaky. Basically, you're going to loosen that just enough to be able to pull this out. Pull the tool out, and then you can pull that, and then here is the spring. So let's set these back in their spot over here. And then we just take this out, and then we can swap over to this side. Alright, I'm probably going to just do a time lapse now of getting the rest of these out, because it's going to be a bit tedious.
And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Check the valves, make sure everything's still straight. I'm gonna check them with a straight edge after, but just visually inspect them quick and make sure there's no cracks or anything's bent. I don't see any cracks. I mean, they shouldn't be. The motor only has like 50,000 miles on it, and the heads were rebuilt, so everything should still be good. I'm going to be replacing all the valve seals and all that stuff, but I'm not going to take those out until I have parts and everything to start rebuilding them. So I'm kind of running out of space to put things, so I'm actually going to be building a workbench probably this upcoming week. Yeah, everything's good. I'm getting a nice big piece of wood from work, and we're going to build a nice workbench, so I actually have room for all of this stuff. Because especially with heads, everything has to be in the same particular spot, that kind of stuff. Don't really want to mess stuff up. So this head seems good. All the valves and everything seem fine. Like I said, I'm gonna check them like more in depth and make sure everything's still good. But I believe this head is done for now. So I'm going to put this one over to the side, and then we can start with the other one. Alright, so I got this head all prepped, brake cleaned, and labeled and everything, so we're going to start tearing this one down, and I'll probably try and do a time lapse for that too.
On we'll go, finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest, echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow.
Alright, so all the valves in this head, everything looks good. I mean, gonna go over a little detailed more. Alright, so everything in this head looks good, valves, everything. Nothing seems off, which is good. thank God. So I don't have to rebuild those with all new stuff, but obviously I'm going to replace the seals and everything while I'm in there. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I was definitely a little nervous digging into dismantling heads. I've never done it before. I don't know why I was so nervous, but that's how you learn. You just jump into things. That Company23 tool definitely helped a lot. That thing was awesome. And also, I'm going to link down in the description some stickers that I have a shop for. If anybody's interested, the link will be in the description. And have a nice day.